Ferry. Thank you for participating in this interview. Yesterday you gave us a guest lecture and we wanted to ask you some questions about it and some questions about the minor and some personal questions. But the first question we have for you is, how are you today?
Well, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Just anxious to be able to do the things as old as again. Just waiting till the Horeca opens up again, and we can have some fun. But yeah, I'm doing good. Besides that,
right. And so first, we wanted to go back to your student life for a moment. What did you study, and what was your goal within the study?
I studied commercial economics at Fontes in Eindhoven. Yeah, my goal was basically to get my degree, and just yeah, I didn't have a clear goal on what I wanted to do when I would finish studying, and I hoped that my internship would give me some perspective on the possibilities in the future, and yeah, well, it did. I stuck at the company where I did both my internships, so. Yeah, happy that that it all went like it did.
Yes. And what was the importance of hospitality during your study? Was it already very important for you, or didn't you pay like very much attention to it?
Well, it wasn't a subject in my studies in particular. There was always sort of undertone of hospitality because every business should master it, not just hotels or restaurants. But yeah, in sales it's also important to make people feel at ease and comfortable and expressing a certain level of hospitality. So yeah, there was always a sort of implied undertone of hospitality, but not explicitly mentioned or or educated in certain subjects.
Yeah. And what are the major learning points related to your field of interest?
Right. Can you repeat that one more time, please?
Yes. What are the major learning points related to your field of interest? So what were the real learning points you experienced during the past years, or things behind, for example?
My learning points
during your internship or something?
Yeah, I believe my biggest learning points were during the internships, where we're making the switch between theoretical education and having to apply it in a practical way. Yeah, dealing with people instead of cases. Yeah, those were big learning points. Situations differ, in each and every situation, so you have to adapt yourself and improvise in every new situation, and especially when you have no experience in a certain situation. For instance, I had no experience in the hospitality sector or the event sector when I started my internship. I never worked as a waiter before or anything like that, so it was all new to me. So I had a big learning curve during my my internship.
And what was the reason then that you wanted to do your internship there and not another company where you had like very much knowledge of or experience?
Yeah, to be honest, I was a little late with arranging my internship. So I was just looking at, I'm not sure what the name is in English, but a vacaturebank. And yeah, there was an open position for an intern at EMG, and I was looking at the website and thought, oh, okay, they organize parties and weddings. That should be fun. I like parties. So yeah, I had no idea what I was getting into, but eventually the whole diverse run a diverse course of a week. Like the one day you're just doing some office work, sitting behind the laptop, making quotes, or just having contact with clients. And another day you're working at an event, for instance, a conference, and you're serving coffee. And the next day you're having a student party and just working your ass off. So yeah, the variation was a lot of fun. That's why I stayed.
Okay. Okay. Then we have also some questions for you about our minor.
Okay.
What do you think the students who follow the Horizons in Hospitality minor learn the most from this? And why do you think it is so important to proceed with guest lectures?
Well, guest lectures are always important because you get a new vision on subjects that are being taught. Usually for a couple of over the past couple of years. The courses always somewhat stay the same and develop alongside or due to new trends or whatever. But the guest lectures really give practical insights on how it's really done, and not just the theoretical side. And yeah, looking at that, it's from my experience, the practical side is always very, very different from theoretical side, because looking at events, there's just I never knew the event sector could be like the way I'm experiencing it now. Like meetings, weddings, all the different the different range and the different kinds of events that I'm experiencing now. I always thought it was like or very small parties or festivals, some stuff like that. But the range in between and how it's organized and what suppliers are there, you're not going to get that from a theoretical course. You have to experience that, and also in the networking, how to engage with other people, and just shedding new light on old situations.
Yeah. And yesterday you gave us a guest lecture, but how did you try to make your guest lecture interesting? Because everything is online now, of course, we're at the physical school. So,
I thought it was pretty difficult, actually. It was also my first guest lecture ever, so I didn't have any experience in it, of any kind. But I've seen some guest lectures myself in my studies. The one was better than the other, but I thought it was really difficult to make it entertaining and to keep the attention span during an hour of digital lecturing. So I tried to make it a little bit interactive with the word cloud in the beginning and in the end. A Kahoot is always fun. So I thought that would mix it up a little bit. And just I also talked to Marijn and Jack, I believe. About what topics came up in the minor, and what would be interesting for you to hear about EMG as a company. And I try to implement that as well, so you would have a little overlap, of course, and it would not just be okay, this is EMG and what we're doing, we're really cool, and if you want to come work with us, that's also good. But also about how the customer journey and how the theoretical aspects apply in our work.
Okay. This is your first guest lecture ever. But we have also other minors at our school, the food servers or the revenue, for example. Would you also like to give a guest lecture in other minors as well, and not only in the Horizons minor?
Sure. I wouldn't mind if I know a lot about the topic, then I would certainly be open to do lectures on other courses or other minors. But there should be a good overlap with what I do as at my current job. So I'm not just gonna do some research on Google on the topic and then just give a lecture on it, just improvising that. that wouldn't be beneficial to either of us. So, but yeah, I'm open to that if my job connects to the subject, sure.
And we also have some personal questions for you. We were also wondering what the biggest difference is of working between the Rebel and Kasteel Pietersheim.
Yeah, that's mainly the target audience. So the Rebel is mainly focused on the B2B sector. Yeah, the biggest revenue streams come out of corporate parties. Next up are conferences. Yeah, dinners and student parties are also a big segment for the Rebel. But the events are also a lot bigger. The venue is bigger, and Kasteel Pietersheim is focused on the private market, so weddings, funerals, yeah, stuff that is not bought or organized by a company. Although there are also some small business meetings. So, but not that much of the bigger corporate events. Yeah, the venue is not as suited as the Rebel is, for instance.
Yeah. I can understand. And which do you find the most challenging and why?
Ooh, and the venues, you mean?
Sorry?
And the which of the venues is most challenging to man? Yeah, it's actually pretty difficult because they both have their difficulties and challenges. The Rebel is well, I started as an internship as an intern at the Rebel, but now that I'm the manager, it's quite different in the responsibilities and also the networking, relationship management with clients. That I'm experiencing a little bit of a learning curve there at the moment. So that's a challenge for me. But Kasteel Pietersheim is quite difficult to sell because it speaks to a certain kind of bridal couple that has certain plans for their wedding that has to match with the interior of Kasteel Pietersheim. Yeah, the halls are not that big, so yeah, it's basically fit for a specific type of need for a wedding. So that makes it a little difficult to sell or to set up new concepts to increase revenue streams. So yeah, both have their own challenges.
Yeah. And do you also have a particular goal in mind for the future? Maybe a business goal or just personal related?
No, not really. Yeah, I've been appointed as the venue manager of the Rebel since what was it? October now. So yeah, my goal is to successfully fulfill this job.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully just to be organizing like we were in the old days, and then that I can excel in my function, and then perhaps I would look further. But now, yeah, I'm pretty short-sighted at the moment.
Okay, and that were our questions, but we have just one more question, and that is, what is your definition of broadening your horizons?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
Yeah, it is.
My definition of broadening your horizons, trying new things. Yeah, just as simple as that, trying new things. And that could be as simple as trying a new drink to just practicing certain skills that you've never been able to do properly or something like that. Just try to do something new every day or every week or something, and yeah, try to achieve a better form of yourself, I guess.
Okay, so great answer to end this interview with. We want to thank you for participating in this interview, and we wish you a very nice day.
Yeah, I wish you also a very nice day. Yeah, also thank you for want to have the interview with me. And yeah, I hope you learned a lot from my guest lecture, and maybe we'll see each other in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye.